remove the seatbelt. I couldn't find any videos online, so I decided I'd make one while I figure it out. I already partially took apart the other one while I was figuring it out, but I wanted to make the video while I'm taking this side out. So there's a couple spots that I know that there were just screws in there that I had to get off. But the difficult part for me was trying to figure out how to get this off to get to the screws and bolts that are behind this. But there was another plastic thing, kind of like this, down here, covering this entire area. And that was very easily just kind of pulled off. But this one, I can't just pull it off because this is in the way. But I'll show you how to take this off and take everything off and unscrew everything. Okay, I'm just bringing you in a little closer here. So this is the first step, is removing this little piece right here. There's a bolt back here that we want to get to that's hidden behind this, and that's going to allow us to take from the seatbelt to this cover and everything else off. First, you want to make sure that this is as high as it's going to go. Okay, so what's going to happen with this piece is just going to be pushed up. It doesn't really matter how you do it. But the way I was able to do it on the other one was just using pliers and kind of, I guess, pulling it up more. So if you press on the center here and push up, that's going to kind of squeeze. There's kind of like a little claw in there holding it. But when you push this, it kind of loosens that a little bit, so it's easier to push off. Go. So now you can get to this bolt here. So just unscrew this. So the reason that just fell off right away was because I had already pulled it off, the clips from where it goes into, but otherwise that would have just stayed there. But then, yeah, you can just pull it off. And then this piece also just slides right out. And now you have access to the screws here that we'll need to take off. If you only want to take off the seatbelt, you can just leave this there, but the reason I'm taking it off is just to clean everything as much as I can. It's not super dirty, so I think I would be fine leaving it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Just in case you didn't see, this is one of the star shape screws. So there's a washer behind that I didn't see before. So it fell. So now the next step is going to be the one right down here. You can unscrew that. This is a long screw. So now the very last one is going to be this one right here. So there you have it. All the pieces that needed to come off. And there's that side. No more seatbelt. And I'm just gonna finish taking that one off on that side there, clean them up, and put them back on. One quick comment I wanted to make on these is, as you can see, there's kind of like two sets of cables here. This is all wrapped up in one, and then this is an extra one. You might not have this extra cable here. This is a cable that is for the alarm. It goes to the back there, some kind of sensor over there. But yeah, so this is extra. You'll probably only have to deal with this top cable here, the thicker one that goes to the back. But it looks like I can unclip it here, and I'm gonna try to run it through probably the top here. If anything, I can run it through the bottom or somewhere else, but I just didn't want it up here because this is where the wood frame is gonna go into, and so I don't want it banging here. But even if it's like right here, it'll be fine. But I'm gonna try to get it behind it. Hopefully it'll work. A little bit excited about the wiring here, but I just realized, oh, this is going to be in the way until I actually do it all. But I need to finish cleaning, so I'm going to finish cleaning first, and then I'll work on the wiring afterwards. Let's do it. So there's all these wires that I kind of just took off from the walls that they were on, but they're still hanging and kind of attached together. Oh, what I need to do is get them behind the actual walls there, but I need to kind of take them apart in order to do that. So I'm starting off with one of these lights over here. So this is the light for the brakes, to let people know that I'm stopping. So I want to make sure that that's still working. So what I'm gonna have to do is get those screws out of there and unplug it from there. So right there is where that connects. I'm gonna disconnect it right there and get that pulled out. Another interesting thing here that I found is there's a little bit of water collecting in there. I need to figure out how to close that up. Also, another thing that wire goes to is goes down through here into the back door and to this little wire right here, which is just holding a bulb for the license plate. So I want to keep that in there as well. Alright, I got that wire removed. It's all clear. Got it right here. So now I'm just going to do the other side. Got that other cable out as well. The only difference on this side is that the grounding is screwed in right there. So I'm gonna get that out, and when I put that back in, I'm gonna do it on the other side so it can be back there and out of the way. I know this is for the alarm, but I'm not 100% sure how it works or what it does. So I'm gonna try removing it and test it to make sure the alarm still works. But then same thing I'm gonna do with this is put it behind all this stuff. The first thing I want to do is move this light and the wiring there. So to make this easier to work with, at least this part here, what we can do is these are just the bulbs there for the brake light. So same thing as the license light that I showed you earlier, license plate light. This should just twist and come right out. It's a little tighter space in here, so I'll do this one first. Twist off and come out, just like that. I just want to show you, I'm trying to remove the cables here, and there's this little red piece here that you kind of have to get in there with something. I'm just using a flathead screwdriver, and I basically just stuck it in there, or on this end, and on this end right here, and kind of flicked it up this way to get it out of that little notch right there, and then you can just push it up, pull it right out. And what that does is loosen those little pieces there so that you can push them to the side. I don't know if you can see this, but you kind of, there's like 4 little spots there. I think this one you can see. So that's going to come right out. So one problem I have here is that these 2 wires are crimped together here to go into one single spot into this. So what I'm gonna probably just do to make this easy is cut this off right here. I don't need this light, so I think it'll be okay, and if I do decide to use it later, I can just recrimp it to whatever spot I need.